Well, hello there. Today I have a Pilot Elite to show you. I picked this up at the recent London Pen Show, October 23. Completely unplanned. This was one of those purchases. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, cheers. This was one of those purchases where it was, I don't know, I'd already done my budget, if I'm honest with you. It was mid-afternoon, I think, and I was just browsing around, like you do. I'm just going to have a little look around and see what other things are around, maybe for the future, that sort of thing. And, that's when things get a bit dangerous, because you just pick something up and go, which is pretty much what I did. So let's go through the pen, and I'll wang on a bit later as well, probably, about why I ended up buying this. So Pilot Elite is the vintagey, I don't know exactly how old, but the older version of the Pilot E95S in its current form. It's pretty much exactly the same pen. From what I understand, there was an issue with copyright the name Elite or something in certain countries, so they changed it. So there you go. Anyway, so this particular one has a sterling silver cap with nice black crisscross patterning in there. Clip, which is pretty functional, not too stiff, it's not spring loaded or anything like that, but it does the job nicely. Slip cap, revealing an 18 karat gold broad nib in this case. Kind of, would you call this inlaid? I suppose you would. Broad nib in this case. The feed there, don't know what the feed's made of. Not sure. Plastic, probably. And as you can see, it's a small pen, because basically what you do is you post it and it becomes a full-length pen. It's a nice, elegant design as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not designed to be used unposted. You can, if you want to do a really quick, it's possible, but it's not going to be probably for most people for longer writing sessions in that form. But you post that on there and you've got yourself a full-length pen. I believe in its current modern guise of an E95S, it's cartridge converter with the Pilot Con 40 converter. Here you have like a little, it's quite cute actually, you have like a little mini sac filler, aerometric filler, or whatever you want to, terminology you want to use for that. So that's quite nice. Nice little squeezy sack. Jobby. Even comes with instructions, look at that. So if you're in doubt, that's where you press, just here. It's nice of them to let you know that. Then that screws back on there. And then you can post that up. So it's nice, nice, quick, easy, functional pen. Measurements of the pen. So capped, uncapped and posted. Obviously uncapped, it's very short. As I say, designed to be posted a la kind of a pocket pen thing where, it's a small pen until you post it, then it's a big pen. It fits nicely in your pocket, etc. Pocket pen, yeah. Go into that in a minute. Capped 23.1 grams, uncapped 10.5, and the cap itself is 12.6. The silver adding a nice bit of weight there. The barrel, now then, for barrel, what I've done is basically the cap. So as you post it to be a full-size pen, that's basically your barrel, isn't it? So that's what I've measured. So about 12.8 at the top, tapering right down to about 9mm. And then the section is pretty much the body of the pen. So I've just gone from right the way up here is 11.3 and then going down to like 9.4. So you can hold that like anywhere you want, depending on if you like it like your fingers close to the page, if you like it a little bit more set back, that's your choice, and that's going to be reasonably comfortable wherever you hold that, because that is a nice smooth barrel. There's a tiny step down just where the cap closure is there, but that's not intrusive, not sharp or anything like that. And besides which, generally speaking, it's going to sit right down there, so you're not going to feel it. Okay. For a size comparison with some other pens, I'm going to have to zoom back out again. There we go. So, on this side, I've got some larger pens, just to demonstrate how much smaller it is. So you've got your Pilot Elite and you've got your Pelican M1000. As you can see, this one's a lot bigger, as are these. So Wingsung 630, Leonardo Memento Zero Grande, Diplomat Excellence, Delta Dolce Vita midsize. Then over here, right, so you've got a Kaweco Sport, which is a pocket pen. So whether this is specifically a pocket pen or not, it's getting on for that sort of size. I like the clip, because personally, although I have one of these, I don't really use it because I don't really sling it in like my trouser pocket or anything like that. I still like a shirt clip, like clip into my shirt pocket. So that's quite nice, that it's got that clip and is that length, so that it's not, you know, something like this. You can clip it in your shirt pocket, but depending on your shirt, you might end up with half of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice compact thing in your shirt pocket. You've got Jinhao 82, which is modelled on the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. So that's just a little bit longer and a bit girthier. You probably wouldn't say that's a pocket pen, but same thing. It's like fits nicely in a shirt pocket sort of thing. TWSBI Eco for kind of standard recognisable size. Opus 88 Coloro and a Wingsung 699, based off a Pilot 823. So let's just do a writing sample on our Clairefontaine 90 GSM papier. So here we have Pilot Elite with 18 karat gold broad nib. Ink in here is KWZ Beefeater Red. So as you can see probably already, this broad nib has a very nice kind of stubby characteristic to it, being that your downstrokes are a bit wider than your cross strokes. But it's nice and smooth on the edges, so it's not crisp like perhaps a cursive italic or a stub. It just gives you a little tiny bit of natural variation. It's nice, I like it. Anyway. Very smooth writing experience, as you probably might expect from Pilot. What can I say? It's just it's lovely and smooth. It's quite wet on the downstrokes, and then just a little bit drier on the upstrokes. And as I say, you've got that little bit of natural line variation just with the width of that broad nib there. Try it quicker. So you're not getting any skips or hard starts or anything like that. I mean, you kind of like here, you have to be a little bit careful of that angle, because you're drifting into kind of the territory of a stub. If you can see there, it's not, it's a broad, but it's a kind of, it's quite a flat broad, which is not a bad thing if you like that sort of thing, which, I mean, in this case I do, because it's nice and smooth on the edges and stuff as well. Also those upstrokes, as I say, are a little bit drier than a downstroke. So you're writing really fast, it might give the appearance of the odd skip or something like that, but it's not the case. So reverse writing. Will do it, it's on the drier side. Bit more feedback, I wouldn't say scratchy, so possible. Line variation, as I say. You do get that little bit of natural variation. You can just push it a touch, but I don't want to do too much because I don't want to break my nib. But you can get that little bit of natural there. It's pretty stiff and not very flexy at all, but it's nice. So what do I think of the Pilot Elite? Well, do you know what? I really, really like it. I picked it up just because I was curious. I'd not seen one in the flesh before. And having watched many videos and things across YouTube and whatnot, I was obviously aware of their existence. I've heard people sing their praises. Particularly someone that springs to mind is Drew from Goulet Pens, who absolutely raves about these. And I just always thought, I mean, I'm sure they're great, but it looks to me like a bit thin. I get the point of the pocket pen, and your length is going to be okay, but it just looks a bit thin for me. I don't really see how much use I'm probably going to get out of that. Just not my thing probably. But on picking this particular one up, I just really liked the way it sat in my hand. I like the feel of it. I like the cap design. I like the extra weight that's in silver here. It's just a nice, elegant look. And it just sits really well in my hand. There, surprisingly so to me. So I just couldn't put it down, so I ended up buying it. And I mean, this particular nib is nice. It's got that nice little bit of variation on it. It's beautifully smooth and nice and wet on those downstrokes. So it is very nice. I suppose for me, it's not going to be a daily carry for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to lose it. And two, that broad nib, it's not really, your quick note taking or something like that, which your daily carry might be useful for. So I'm actually considering at some point picking up an E95S, which is getting on for, if not one of the cheapest gold nib pens you can get. You pick them up for anywhere between 80 and £100 after having a little look around. So I might pick one of them up with like maybe a fine or a medium to be a daily carry pen. As it is, I really enjoy using this, and it's good because just to demonstrate the kind of variation in the fountain pen world, you've got this pen here, and then you've got a Pelikan M1000, right? So on the face of it, bags of difference, but this is one of the pens which just fits naturally in my hand, and I love writing with, and it's just perfect for my hand, my grip, all of that. It's got a nice bit of girth, it's got a nice bit of length, the section's really comfortable. I like the number 8 nib, the distance to the page. It just sits beautifully in my hand. Now, if that's the case, and this was my thinking before, surely this is way too small for me. way too thin, etc., etc. But I don't know, it just fits, and it's really handy. You've got that slip cap, it posts to make it a full length pen. The weight in this cap helps, so I don't know about a modern one how heavy the cap is, and etc., etc. But certainly the design just works really well. You can put your fingers on that section any way you like. So if you like that bit of extra distance, you can do that. There's nothing that's going to be sharp or intrusive in the web of your hand, because that post right here and that's smooth anyway. It just works. So I'm pleasantly surprised that kind of the hype, as it were, is relevant to me. I'm sure it's, like I say, I just thought it wasn't for me, not necessarily that the quality wasn't there, but it was a really pleasant surprise, and I find it's really comfortable to write with. It's as effortless putting in my hand as an M1000, but just for different reasons. So it's nice that variation on size and shape can still feel so natural to me. And it's nice that I was wrong, to be honest. It's nice to discover something new that I thought wouldn't suit me. So, yeah, I may pick up a modern version. You never know. But big thumbs up from me. There's not a lot I don't like about it, to be honest. I can't really think of anything. So, yeah, nice, pleasant surprise. And might end up costing me more money in the future. What can you do? What can you do? Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Love yourself, love your loved ones. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.